Shifting focus to the ongoing fighting in the Democratic Republic of Congo between the army and the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels. As the rebels continue their advance in the eastern DRC, the hearing of a historic case has begun at the African Court on Human and People's Rights. For the very first time, the court is hearing an interstate dispute brought by the DRC against Rwanda over alleged human rights violations. The case was filed in 2023 at the African Court in Tanzania. Kinshasa claims that the M23 rebel group and Rwandan forces have been engaged in armed conflict in the mineral-rich Eastern Kivu region since 2021 that has killed and displaced thousands of people. The DRC has asked the court to mandate Rwanda to remove its forces, stop supporting the M23, as well as provide reparations. Now, in the most recent fighting that flared up a month ago, M23 rebels have seized significant territory, including Goma, the largest city in the east. They are now advancing towards South Kivu's capital, Bukavu, and have seized two towns on the road to the city, Ihusi and Kalehe. Now, some visuals have emerged from Ihusi, where the Congolese military commandos were seen pursuing the rebels and cautiously moving along a path.
Let's all follow this small path carefully, slowly. Be ready to shoot if you hear anything move, even a tree. We are fighters, tracking the enemy until we cross paths with them. The people you see are soldiers. Keep a 5-meter distance. Let's hunt the enemy down where they were last seen until we eliminate them. We must ensure they are driven out of this hill. This is the commander, Colonel Jaribu, speaking. We are pursuing the enemy to their last stronghold as they have just fled toward the village of Matunakamba.
And these clashes come as fighting has re-erupted after a calm of 3 days, following a regional summit attended by Rwandan and DRC presidents last week. Despite calls for ceasefire, the M23 rebels continue their advance. Meanwhile, tensions are also escalating with other African nations. Burundi, which borders both the DRC and Rwanda, has warned of retaliation if its troops are attacked by the M23 rebels in DRC. It has accused Rwanda of being a bad neighbor. Burundi has sent around 10,000 soldiers to South Kivu to support the Congolese army. So far, at least 20 peacekeepers, including 14 from South Africa, have been killed during the clashes between M23 rebels and Congolese forces. Involvement of foreign soldiers risks the crisis to escalate into a regional war. Overall, more than 3,000 people have been killed and 2,880 have been injured, with over 500,000 displaced in the fighting since last month, as per the United States. Amid the crisis, the DRC has also shut its airspace for aircraft registered in Rwanda. How will it further complicate the situation? We will continue our coverage of the DRC crisis.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually.
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.